Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out, episode 416, powered by Norton, fitting as it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month in October, right? Norton joins Visa as a partner on this show. Coincidentally, Visa also protects you from fraud in a different way, so there's a natural synergy there. We're going to get to that a little bit later on. Hey, I hope you're all doing great today, and thank you for making Tech It Out a small part of it. We have a very busy show for you with 4 different segments. We're going to kick things off with Microsoft in a moment, now that support for Windows 10 is officially over. And so we're going to hear what you need to know to stay protected. After that, I'll share some smart home suggestions based on some TV interviews I did this past week. Also on Wednesday, and speaking of TV, I did some interviews about smart office technology to help give your business an edge. And so we're going to get to that. And finally, on this show today, Qualcomm has acquired Arduino, best known for those affordable little computers, like $44 affordable, that's used by hobbyists and students to create devices that can read inputs, like sensors, and produce outputs, like lights or motors. So we're going to hear what's new from them. All of this and more on a brand new Tech It Out. Let's get this show into first gear. In case you weren't aware, support for Windows 10 ended last week on October 14th. And so to explain what that means exactly, if you're still using Windows 10, we're very fortunate to have on the show for the first time, Mark Linton. He's Vice President for Windows and Devices at Microsoft to discuss your options. Welcome to the show, Mark. Good to chat with you.
Mark, thank you for having me.
Before we talk about support ending for Windows 10 and what our listeners' options are going forward, let's perhaps start with why support is coming to an end for this very popular operating system. I guess it's just been out for a very long time.
Yeah, that's right. And look, Windows is about to turn 40. So Windows is such a critical part of our customers' lives around the world. And like all operating systems and all devices, we have a standard support period there, which is 10 years. And so Windows 10 came out in July of 2015. And so after a decade, our support has officially ended on October 14th, as you noted. And again, this is a standard operating system lifecycle that we have. And as technology evolves, we need to do things like stronger security in the hardware and new features in the software as well. And so that life cycle has come, and so now it's time to take action to move forward.
Yeah, fair. A decade is a long time in the OS space, but that's amazing that you've been supporting it all this time. And so what exactly changes here? Let's just break it down in plain English. Now that support has ended for Windows 10, what does that mean for our listeners?
Yes, so what that means, it's pretty simple. The Windows 10 PCs will no longer receive security and feature updates from Microsoft or technical support. And so without those ongoing updates, devices can be more vulnerable to cyber threats online, like malware and viruses. And so we want to make sure that customers are aware to take the next steps there, and to really, they have a few options here: to upgrade the operating system if the hardware is capable, to get a new PC that has modern hardware and Windows 11, or they can extend the time if they need a little bit more time to get security updates for up to another year. So we have 3 options there, but it's important to make a plan.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. And we should unpack each of those options. Thank you for that. So to be clear, those who run Windows 10 no longer can receive free technical support or feature updates. And then most importantly, perhaps security patches. So whenever there is a vulnerability found, Microsoft's engineers would send out an update, whether it was done automatically or you had to manually update it, but it fixed up vulnerabilities that inevitably happen with any operating system. And so this is all coming to an end. Just to be clear, if you are still on Windows 10, your files and such aren't going to just disappear, right? If people are hearing this and they're panicking, they need not panic.
Yeah, that's right. So it's important to understand the Windows 10 PCs will still operate, so your PC will still run.
Okay.
You'll still have access to your files and applications. It's really any new security or feature updates that you will no longer receive. So that's the important point.
I've received a bunch of messages since the summer about this, so good to know. All right, let's discuss the first option. Upgrading your existing Windows 10 machine to Windows 11 if it can support it. How do we know if it can?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty simple process. And believe me, there are still many, many PCs out there where customers just haven't upgraded, but it's a free upgrade. So the first thing there is it's available to all customers free of charge. And so all you need to do is click the Start button, head to Settings, then choose Update and Security. And then if you're able to update through Windows Update, the PC will say, upgrade now, and you'll get the Windows 11 bits. The Windows 11 operating system will upgrade in place. So you go from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Again, it's free. It gives you access to the latest operating system, and you'll be covered for security and feature updates moving forward.
All right. So that's an ideal solution, especially for those on a tight budget. Not only easy to do it, Windows itself will tell you if it's able to update to Windows 11. And then so if you find out that your machine cannot support Windows 11, another option is to buy a new Windows 11 PC, budget permitting. And it is a good time to do so, right? We're heading into the holidays, lots of sales, Black Friday coming up.
Yeah, that's right. And so it may be time to consider upgrading to a new PC. And not only will you get the new operating system, but the performance, and if you're on a laptop, the battery life is that much better as well. And we know that customers who upgrade to new hardware on Windows 11, they're the most satisfied Windows customers we have. And so it's a really good opportunity to just get a more performant machine.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, Mark, we have PCs at every price point. If you've got $300, we have PCs for you. If you're a gamer and you want to get a gaming rig, we can do that too, and everything in between. But we really have PCs there that span all price points, and they all support the latest security standards, and they have Windows 11 on them as well. So we have you covered if you need a new PC. And as you mentioned, all of the retailers will have fantastic deals here coming into the holiday period as well. So it's a great time to look for that new PC.
More so than any other computer operating system like Mac OS and Chrome, Windows has the most options for you. So many partners with computer companies, whether you're partial to, well, Microsoft's own line of Surface branded computers, but also, you know, the likes of Dell and HP and Lenovo and Acer and Asus and Samsung and LG and MSI. The list goes on, not just in brands, but also, as you mentioned, in price points. And if it's been a while since you've bought a new PC, wow, you're going to be blown away, not just by the performance, as you hinted at, Mark, but also the screen quality, the number of ports on the side. There'll be now smaller USB-C instead of the legacy USB-A, which has some extra advantages as well, not just the size, the memory, the storage, the, you know, everything. Yeah. We haven't even talked about Copilot, you know, or Copilot Plus. Like the AI is just mind-blowing. So if it's been a while since you've updated your computer, you are definitely going to be blown away for sure. We are chatting with Mark Linton. He's VP at Microsoft for Windows and Devices. We are talking about your options now that Windows 10, I believe the world's most popular operating system for now, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, that support for Windows 10 came to an end last week. And so you've got some options. One is to see if your existing PC can support a free update to Windows 11. If not, you may consider buying a Windows 11 machine. And there's another option, Mark, actually two. One of them is that you could pay to extend the support for Windows 10 for a while longer.
Yeah, we have a program called Extended Security Updates, and we've made that available for both businesses as well as individual users. And so for businesses, sometimes they just need more time to migrate. If you have thousands of PCs and you have applications that you run in-house as well, the migration can often be a full plan that you need to build. And so we offer business extended security updates over a 3-year period. For consumers, we've announced that there's a 1-year period offering that's really easy to get access to. Again, we're actually letting customers know in a pop-up in Windows, you know, end of support is here, but you can enroll your PC in extended security updates quickly and easily. So really all we ask customers to do, and we'll guide customers through in that on-screen prompt, is to use Windows Backup to sync your settings to the cloud.
Right.
And then you can really just enroll your PC there. You can use Microsoft Reward Points. So if you use Bing or if you shop at our store, you can exchange some points there. Or if you just want to pay $30 US for that year, you can do that as well. Again, simple and easy ways. Some are free, others are quick and relatively low cost. And you get another year to consider your options and maybe get ready to make that PC purchase.
Okay, great. And then finally, Mark, what about using third-party cybersecurity software like Norton? That could also protect you, but the other things like the Windows updates and tech support, that won't work. But on the cybersecurity side, that could help, right?
Yeah, I think it's important to have cybersecurity software for viruses and malware, but it actually isn't enough. It doesn't replace the need to have a current operating system. So I'd say if you have some of the popular antivirus and system protection software, great, keep that going. But again, you need to make sure that the operating system is patched with the latest security updates. So it's insufficient to keep you secure. So again, you've got three options. If you can upgrade in place, it's free, please do it. If you refresh your device to the latest modern hardware, and then if you need a little bit more time, we've got a year of extended security updates.
Okay. And then finally, is there a place like a landing page where our listeners can learn more about these different options?
Yeah, Microsoft.com/Windows, and really everything is there for information and resources on Windows 10 end of support, and then also links to some of the top offers there for new PCs if you're ready to refresh.
Excellent. Microsoft.com/Windows. There are also links on how to best recycle your old PCs. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Are you still on Windows 10? Let me know if you have any questions. I'm on social media. It's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z. When we return on Tech It Out, I'm going to chat about some smart home solutions, including a robotic vacuum and mop that washes itself with hot water when it gets back to the base to charge up. How cool is that? Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
That sound you just heard, that's the sound of an era ending. As you heard in the last segment, Windows 10's extended support came to a close this month. That means no more security updates from Microsoft. Think of it like an old house. If you stop patching the roof, those little leaks turn into big problems. And in the digital world, those leaks are security vulnerabilities. But you don't have to be left completely exposed. You've got an option to stay protected from malware or malicious software, even as your operating system grows older. You can rely on Norton. For years, Norton has been synonymous with digital defense. Its comprehensive cybersecurity software is designed to protect you wherever you are, from your files and your finances to your personal identity. Consider it digital armor for your aging OS. While Windows 10 entered its twilight, Norton is working around the clock, providing real-time threat protection against viruses, ransomware, malware, and other online dangers. It's the essential layer of security that keeps protecting you even when Microsoft has stopped its updates. Don't wait for a digital disaster to fall through the roof. The security landscape is always changing, and your protection should too. Keep your PC running safely with the confidence of Norton. Visit norton.com today and stay protected. Norton, the power to protect your digital life. As I mentioned earlier in the program, I was on TV a handful of times over the past couple of weeks talking about smart home innovations, some solutions to help you save time or money or aggravation, adding some modern conveniences to your day-to-day life. So I wanted to walk you through some of the products that I chatted about. I received a ton of mail from viewers who asked for more details, so thought I would go through them now with you if you want to jot them down, make a mental note, or you can always replay this on demand online. Here are some of the smart home innovations that I chatted about and showed on TV. I kicked things off with, I would call it the granddaddy of all robotic vacuum and mop hybrids. It's the Ecovacs D-Bot X11 Omni Cyclone. It even sounds powerful, right? So it's got this 4-wheel drive, huge treads as it grips the floor, carpet, tile, hardwood floors, navigates around your home with very powerful suction. It has some of the longest run times out of any robot vac, especially ideal for larger homes because that's a pain point where it runs out of juice and has to go and charge itself up and nowhere near done the job that it needs to do. Plus there's fast charging technology with this Ecovacs model. And of course it has AI to learn your home. It maps out your space in an app. And when it does detect that it's running low on battery, it navigates itself back to the base. And get this, it washes the mop underneath the robot vac with hot water in the base station, which is great. And then it empties the dust and debris and pet hair into that base station without you needing to buy bags. So with many other models, they don't tell you this, there are often non-reusable bags that you have to replace inside of the base station. So this has no bags to buy. Love it. Again, it's the Ecovacs D-Bot. That's DEEBOT X11 Omni Cyclone at ecovacs.com. The next item I showed was the Moen Flow Smart Water Monitor and Shutoff. As the name suggests, this is a valve that you connect to your home's main water line, and it monitors your home's water 24/7. So if it detects a leaking pipe, a burst pipe, or if someone left the tap running, it will not only notify you over an app about the problem, but automatically shut your water supply off to minimize damage. So smart. So that's from Moen, moen.com. If you're just joining us now, I'm chatting about some smart home solutions. Next up, from the company Works, that's WORX, they've got several products for the home, all of which work with the aptly named PowerShare battery system. So you can use the same battery for all your jobs. For example, the Works 20-volt brushless blower sweeper is a slim and light yet powerful leaf blower, great for yard cleanup this time of year. Super light, even with the battery on it. Very impressive. Also from Works is the Nitro cordless 18GA brad nail gun, which fires up to 80 brad nails per minute and up to 500 shots per charge. If you have larger tools from Works, then those batteries are stackable. The tool may take 2 of those 20-volt batteries or even 3 if it's something larger like a lawnmower or something. Works.com has more. So after you've done some leaf blowing or other chores around the home, you may want some fun and relaxation. And so finally, Kobo has launched all new color e-readers, including the Kobo Clara color now in white. So this is a 6-inch e-reader that features a glare-free color touchscreen. The color is especially ideal for books with illustrations and graphics. Kids' books, of course, are great for color. And your book covers pop in color as well, whether they're in your library or you're at the Kobo bookstore and shopping digitally for books. I love the way it looks. And as a bonus, this Clara color can play audiobooks. You just need a pair of Bluetooth headphones or a speaker nearby to play audiobooks when you want to close your eyes and have a book read to you. The Clara Color e-reader is waterproof, so you can slip into a bubble bath. Or if you're going to a beach or a pool, maybe on vacation, you can bring this, no problem. Battery lasts for weeks, and it holds thousands of books. Kobo.com has more. Well, there you have it. A few suggestions for those looking for smart home innovations, and then ending off on a color and waterproof e-reader that can also play audiobooks to you. Love it. All right, when we return on Tech It Out, the Arduino Uno Q, which is the latest $40+ PC designed for programmers and budding engineers. They were just acquired by Qualcomm, so we're going to get the skinny on that. And then we're also going to talk later on in the show about smart office tech and tools, including the latest laptop from Asus that has a lot of cybersecurity like a web camera shield and biometrics login options, including using your fingerprint. We're going to talk about the Quicken app for small businesses and a high-tech coffee maker that can make 35 different hot and cold types of coffee for you. So a lot more Tech It Out coming right up. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. I've been arguing for years it's important to get kids excited about coding, electronics, and engineering, not just to spark their imagination and experience the joy of creating something, but also that it builds critical skills that they can use down the road, perhaps in their career. And there's a new and affordable product that's garnering a lot of buzz right now called the Arduino Uno Q that you're going to want to hear about, especially as the company has some big news to share. Joining us on the line is Fabio Violante, CEO of Arduino. Nice to chat with you, Fabio. Thanks for your time.
Nice to meet you and your audience, Mark. It's a great pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So why don't we dive right in, Fabio? At a high level, what is the Arduino Uno Q.
So Arduino Uno Q is the latest product that we just released in collaboration with Qualcomm. And it is an Arduino, a microprocessor to an Arduino. Just for your audience to know, so Arduino is basically a small computer that can be used to add intelligence to physical objects. So that's the way Arduino started. So it's something that can be used if you want to create a small robot, to just program it and have the robot becoming functional.
All right, so it kind of looks like a motherboard, like all these little circuits and stuff, right? Okay.
A lot of circuits, yes.
There's no case, right? Unless I'm mistaken. There's no external mice or keyboards or anything. You can add some of this, is that right? Or a monitor?
Yeah, so in the past, so what is called the Arduino Uno, for example, used to be without a mouse and keyboard. So you needed to connect it in order to program it to a computer. So once you finish programming, then you plug it into your application and you don't need a computer. So it's just for programming that you need a computer.
Who would you say this is for, Fabio? Is it for hobbyists, for coders? As I hinted at off the top, I was saying that it's great for encouraging programming skills among teenagers. Is that fair?
The beauty of the product of Arduino as a philosophy, as a company, so is to lower the barrier to entry to technology. So this means that this product has been designed from the very beginning phase as a way to introduce to computing and to what we call physical computing, so the combination of physical objects and computing, to anybody, so that you don't have to have a PhD in computer science in order to get to something working.
That's great. So if I may, the brand I'm going to bring up has been around for a while, and I think some of our listeners would be familiar with it. And I'm referring to Raspberry Pi, Pi. Is this similar in the sense, the Arduino Uno Q? And why would somebody consider this new product opposed to a Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, this is an interesting thing. So Arduino and Raspberry Pi were working on two separate things. So we were working more close to the sensing and actuation part, and Raspberry was mainly the high-level brain with more computing capability, more similar to a laptop or a computer in general. What is Uno Q and why it's very interesting for our users is that Arduino Uno Q is the combination of both. So you have a part that is more close to the sensing and actuation, measuring stuff or other type of sensors. And there is also a microprocessor that is more similar to a computer. So it's the combination of both.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Can you please tell us about this new partnership, or maybe it's an acquisition, between Arduino and Qualcomm, which is, of course, a very popular chip maker, not just for smartphones, but also now for laptops and other devices?
Yeah, so Qualcomm is a big player, of course, on the market. So they basically power the majority of advanced Android devices for mobile phones and also laptops and things like that. And Qualcomm acquired Arduino. We're still in the process because we are waiting for regulatory approval. But basically, this was an acquisition. And we are combining and joining forces because what we have seen in the market is that there is a evolution towards what is called edge AI. So bringing artificial intelligence very close to where things happen. So very close to the robots. So think about your Roomba. There is a lot of intelligence there. So basically this acquisition is meant to provide more intelligent capabilities to our devices, and Qualcomm is very well positioned towards objective.
No doubt. And congrats on the acquisition, even though I know it hasn't gone through 100% yet. And I will ask you more about AI in a moment, and software as well, what you get with the Arduino Uno Q. And so we're going to continue learning more about the Arduino Uno Q in a couple of moments from now. But first, I wanted to give a shout out and a thanks to Visa. We cover cybersecurity a lot on this program and how you can best protect yourself in the digital age, even if you're not super tech savvy. One part of the solution is securely shopping online. And so I'm thrilled about my partnership with Visa on Tech It Out, as they've made some significant investments in fraud prevention over the past 5 years, as much as $10 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B, to support Visa's brand promise to protect the financial information of individuals and businesses. Zero Reliability means peace of mind when you shop online using your Visa card. There can be no half measures when it comes to cybersecurity, which is why the company takes an aggressive and multi-layered approach to combating the rising threat of malicious software and other threats by well-funded and global criminal enterprises. Read more about Visa and how securing the world's payments is priority one at visa.com/security. That's visa.com/security. So Visa has been a sponsor for a couple of years. If you're a longtime listener of Tech It Out, then you likely know that. And more recently, Norton came on as a partner, which I'm thrilled about, as it kind of completes the circle of cyber protection, not just for those who shop or those who sell and want to protect themselves, but now all kinds of protection against malicious software, identity theft, other kinds of scams out there. So I'm really proud of the partners on this program and what information we can deliver to you. If you have any questions for me, you can hit me up on social media. I'll spell my name in a moment, but you'll find me on X, formerly Twitter, as well as Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. It's Mark Saltzman, MarkSaltzman. Again, that's Mark Saltzman, M-A-R-C, instead of M-A-R-K. You know, my mom wanted to be different in 1970. I don't know what to tell you. We're not French, but hey. And Saltzman is with a Z, S-A-L-T-Z-M-A-N. All right. You can ask me tech questions, maybe tied to our first couple of guests about Windows 10 support coming to an end. I'm happy to help you out. Or if you've got suggestions for upcoming guests or topics on Tech It Out, I'm all ears. Maybe something you don't like about the program. I'm always open to constructive feedback for sure. So when we return on Tech It Out, we're going to continue learning about the Arduino Uno Q and how the company was acquired by Qualcomm, but most importantly, what this $44 device can do for you. Crazy. And then after that, as promised, I'm going to share some smart office solutions if you run a small or home office. So stick with us. More Tech It Out coming right up after this short break.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. We are chatting with Fabio Violante. He is CEO of Arduino. These are the folks behind the brand new Arduino Uno Q. It's spelled just as it sounds, U-N-O, and then the letter Q. This is ideal for creating and experimenting with electronic projects. So it's a platform that can be used to manage various elements like LEDs, sensors, and motors using code, which again fosters learning and innovation. Can you tell us more about the software you get with Arduino Uno Q? It's a Linux-based machine, which is also what Android is based on, right?
Yes, absolutely. It is a computer on one side and it is an Arduino on the other side. So for the Arduino, of course, and probably in your podcast, there is a lot of people that are familiar with the Arduino coding. We provide a development tool that allows you to create code for sensing the environment, for actuation, for blinking LEDs, and all those kind of things. But there is also a Linux part, and Linux part means you have a full operating system, the possibility for people to develop using their preferred programming language. So in order to lower the barriers to entry to coding, because Linux is not easy, and and all those environments are very sophisticated. Android, you mentioned, etc., they're very sophisticated. What we have done is creating what is called the Arduino App Lab, that basically provide the possibility for users to develop code in Arduino and have more sophisticated code on the Linux side, and also AI models that can be plugged and tested and used as they are. For example, face recognition, object recognition, audio recognition. So we combined all together in a way that even my mom can take one of these products and create an application where the trigger for the actuation is a video, for example, seeing, okay, it's a cat, I open the door for the cat, this kind of application.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about some real world applications for this. So you could program it for it to recognize your cat is outside of the door, and it opens up maybe a small pet door for the cat to get back inside. Yes. Yeah, that's really neat. And I like that it passes the mom test, even though I know there are some very tech savvy moms out there, of which my mom isn't one of them, but this is great. So that, I didn't know if it was a dumb question to ask you, that along with programming real physical items, sensors and blinking lights and all that, if it can be used like a regular computer, like email or web browsing, or it's not for that?
No, it can. So fortunately, we can allow also this. In fact, we have two ways of using the product. So as a sort of board connected to your laptop, or as a standalone device.
I see.
So you can just use a mouse and keyboard and a monitor, and it becomes your small PC on which you can run Arduino code or also other type of tasks. So you can send email, you can connect it, use it as a web server, you can use it as a normal computer.
And I think people will be surprised at the price, which I'll ask you about in 1 minute. But you started to talk a little about AI. That's, of course, a big buzzword today. So this hardware does support artificial intelligence, right?
It does. So the CPU that we have on board has also a GPU for AI acceleration. Of course, you cannot expect to have ChatGPT 5 running on that.
No, of course. It's not
that works. But you can do simple to medium complexity.
Like you said, even video recognition. That's pretty advanced.
Yes.
Finally, how much does the Arduino Uno Q cost, and how do we get going? What's the best website to learn more?
It's very affordable. It's $44. That if you think that is a computer with also the capability to handle sensors, and it has also included memory, so you don't need other things. You just all-in-one kind of thing, because we have a sort of storage like the SD cards that you use to plug in your laptop or your camera. It's already embedded on the board, so it's mounted on the board, so you don't need extra things. So it's very affordable and it's very practical, honestly.
Yeah, wow. You can't beat that price, $44. And what's the best website to get going, Fabio?
So it's arduino.cc, and we have a store there, and it can be used.
All right, arduino.cc. Arduino is ARDUINO.cc. ARDUINO.cc. Congratulations, Fabio, on not just the launch of this latest Arduino device, but also the partnership or acquisition with Qualcomm. Very exciting. Thank you so much for your time, Fabio.
Thank you very much, Mark.
What a packed show so far. We chatted with Microsoft about the end of Windows 10 support last week on the 14th of October. Then we shifted gears and I chatted about smart home innovations like robotic mops and vacuums and shut-off valves that detect water in your home, and high-tech tools like leaf blowers and nail guns. Then we spoke with Arduino about its latest computer and how the company was acquired by Qualcomm. It's still in the works, but there's still more. So after this short break, we're going to talk about smart office innovations based on a series of TV interviews I did on Wednesday from New York. That was a lot of fun, chatting with over 20 stations across the country, which you can see, by the way, at inthenews.tv if you want to see this. But after this short break, I'm going to chat with you about some of my favorites, including, I got to admit it, I'm a big coffee fan. So the latest Jura machine, that's Jura, it's the X10. This is a high-tech coffee machine that can make 35 different hot and cold drinks. And even though they do have some models for the home, this one is for the office or a waiting room. If you are, I don't know, a mechanic, or you've got anybody that sits and waits for some service to be done, it could also be for your guests, not just for the employees. So not just for the break room, but for the waiting room as well. So we're going to get to all of that when we return to wrap up another new episode of Tech It Out. If you want to hear any previous ones, by the way, simply go to your favorite podcast platform and do a search for the words Tech It Out. You'll find episodes dating back weeks, months, and years. All right, stick with us. We'll be right back with more in a moment.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
So as I mentioned earlier in the program, I had a lot of fun on Wednesday live from New York, doing a number of TV interviews across the country, all to talk about smart office tech, tools, and essentials. From managing finances and keeping data secure to fueling productivity, there's no shortage of awesome smart office tech to make work easier. And so I thought I would share with you what I talked about on the air. And if you want to see the items that I chatted about and see my TV spot, you can go to inthenews.tv. That's inthenews.tv. But I first started talking about ways that small businesses can simplify their finances. Quicken Business and Personal helps small business owners, entrepreneurs, freelancers, gig workers, and the self-employed manage their professional and personal finances without having to switch between multiple and often disconnected tools. In fact, it automatically categorizes business and personal expenses, really saving you time and aggravation. Along with managing tax-related info, Quicken Business and Personal also gives you access to the features and capabilities of the award-winning app, Quicken Simplify, for managing savings goals, tracking investments, creating personalized spending plans, and planning for retirement. Quicken.com has more. I then showed a smart laptop for busy professionals that's also secure. After all, October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And for small business owners and remote workers, securing sensitive data is more critical than ever. The Asus ExpertBook P3 is a mobile workstation that features commercial-grade security with fingerprint login options and a built-in web camera shield for added privacy, so you cannot be seen when you're not on a video call. Love that. Along with a stellar display and long-lasting battery, there are AI-powered tools like Asus AI Expert Meet and Windows Copilot that automate tasks to boost productivity. You can learn more about the Asus ExpertBook P3 at asus.com. That's asus.com. And then finally, we all know that we need to fuel our business efforts. And yes, I'm referring to good coffee to stay productive all day. From Jura, the global innovation leader in fully automatic coffee machines, comes the Jura X10. I would call it the ultimate workplace coffee station to keep employees, clients, and guests energized and satisfied. Bring the barista to the break room with 35 different hot and cold brew coffee specialties, from Americano and espresso to cappuccino and latte macchiato. It has an integrated grinder for fresh bean-to-cup brewing, while Jura's cold extraction process creates authentic cold brew. Love that in the afternoon, actually. Visit Jura.com for more. That's Jura.com. And again, for everything that I've covered here today, head on over to inthenews.tv. So earlier in the show, I gave a shout out to Norton and Visa, talking about how they're partners on Tech It Out and they protect you in different ways. But there is one more, and it's a company that also protects you in yet another way. I'm referring to Sandisk, of course, best known for their storage solutions, both external and internal, but mostly solid state drives and USB thumb drives, flash memory. And so I wanted to just spend a moment telling you about them, including its new Sandisk Creator Series. It's a new line of storage solutions designed specifically for content creators, the driving force behind the content that we consume online, from videos and blog posts to podcasts and social media updates. These external Sandisk SSDs and other flash-based products help to streamline the creative workflow from start to finish. There are 5 main features of the Sandisk Creator Series. Number 1, high speeds. Plug-and-play solutions that offer fast read and write speeds, ensuring smooth workflows and quick transfers of large files. Number 2, durability. These products are designed to withstand the rigors of on-the-go use, with features like drop protection and resistance to water and dust. Number 3, portability. This Sandisk series includes several portable SSDs and other flash drives, making it easy to take your storage with you wherever you go. Number 4, compatibility. These Sandisk products are designed to work with a range of devices, including smartphones, tablets, laptops, desktops, cameras, and more. And number 5, high capacity. There's no longer a trade-off between the durability of solid-state drives and capacity for those who need a lot of storage, as you can have it all, now with drives that can store several terabytes of data. More info is at sandisk.com/creator. That's sandisk.com/creator. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to Tech It Out, everyone. Hope you like the variety with the 4 different topics. If you want to reach out over social media to ask any questions, especially as I've seen messages already about Windows 10 support ending last week. So you can hit me up on Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, LinkedIn, whatever. Mark Saltzman, MarkSaltzman, or for my fellow Canadians, SaltzMan. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thank you for making Tech It Out a small part of it. And I look forward to catching up with you next weekend for another brand new episode of Tech It Out. Bye-bye, everyone. Ciao for now.